how to deliver our message with influence and impact. So delivery, as I said, is all about communication. And when we say communication, we have two parts. We have the verbal communication and we have the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is NVC, just for short. So when I refer to NVC, it's non-verbal communication. Yeah? What is the verbal? Verbal means the what?
Voice.
Is it the voice?
The words.
The words, perfect, exactly. So verbal is the words that you actually say, pure words. It's like reading an email, okay? That's the verbal part. Now let's move to non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication has two parts. You guys have already said voice, and what's the other part?
Body language.
Thank you, body language. So body language is part, very key part of your non-verbal communication. Now, let's go to voice. What are the parts of the voice? So if we look at voice, what are the different elements in there that we could utilize to have an impact?
Volume.
The
Volume.
The volume, thank you. So, volume, excellent. What else?
The tone.
The tone of voice, which is more or less the volume. What else? So I can talk really fast, or I can talk quite slow.
Speed.
Speed or pace, excellent. Pace or speed, okay. And what else could you use? You know, when women get angry, what do we do, Rawan and Dina? What happens to our voices?
High pitched and fast.
Pitch, excellent. So we go like, ah, right? That's very sharp, high pitch, as opposed to kind of, you know, deeper pitch, yeah? So also pitch is part of the voice parts. What else?
Pauses.
Pauses, excellent. So when do we use pauses? What's the effect of a pause?
Sometimes it grabs the attention.
Exactly. For grabbing attention and for generating excitement. Like I'm telling a story, for example, and I'm saying, you know, yesterday at 7:30 I was headed to work and I woke up 3 days later. Everybody would be like, oh my, what happened? What happened? You know? So there's excitement here. So a little pause to kind of, you know, what people are used to sound, having this background, like exactly, I use it sometimes when you guys are not paying attention, so I stop talking completely. I just stop. And you're like, okay, what's happening? So people pay attention, all right? And what's the last one? There's one more. So we have volume, pace, how fast you talk, pitch, pauses, and the last one is
I think maybe changing the voice itself from the situation to another. I mean,
that's the tonality and sometimes the pitch. But okay. That is enough. That is enough.
Assertiveness, you mean? Assertiveness, you mean?
In a way. So how am I asserting myself? What am I doing? I'm repeating the word again or putting stress on how I'm saying a word. We call this emphasis. So you're emphasizing certain word or a phrase. either by putting pressure on how you're pronouncing it or repeating it more than once. So if I do that, what happens to you as my audience? You pay more attention, exactly. So it's another strategy to hook or to grab attention of your audience. So we use emphasis and we use pausing, okay? So these are the different parts of voice, and we're gonna dig deeper into this now, and we'll go into pace. What is the ideal pace? We're gonna do an exercise about that, and we're gonna do also a lovely voice boot camp to exercise and train our jaw, the mouth, this part, okay, to project, and this part to vibrate and resonate, because this gives a very sweet resonance to the voice. And then the depth of the voice comes from the diaphragm. So we're gonna do this nice workshop now together where we experience how to practice this so we can have a deeper and a more impactful voice when we present. Because mind you, especially in the virtual world, it's so important that your voice is attention grabbing. Otherwise people sleep. They look at the screen and they simply switch off. Yeah? Okay, so this is the voice part. Since we're here, let's talk just very quickly about body language. What are the different elements in body language? So what does it entail?
Gestures.
Gestures, very good. So gestures are hand gestures, how we use our hands, right? What else?
Eye contact.
Eye contact, excellent. So how we use the eyes to engage, yeah? Okay, what else?
Facial expressions.
Excellent. Facial expressions are so important. And we were talking a while ago about injecting humor. You can do that just by using facial expressions, by alternating your voice, yeah? And then there is something, you create something that is jaw-dropping or something that is very attention-grabbing, just utilizing your body language and your voice, or nonverbal communication. What else? One more element.
If we walk or stand or mobility.
Yes, so movement is very important, and which is kind of also what you just said, posture. How do you carry yourself, your poise? How do you stand? Yeah? This sends a lot of messages on your confidence level, your openness. So the way you stand can actually kind of, you know, push people away. They wouldn't come near you, they wouldn't open up because you're using closed body language. So it's very important to be aware how you demonstrate the different elements of body language and voice, or in other words, your nonverbal communication. Okay, so excited to do some exercises about